Welcome to my YouTube channel UPSC Vibe.
In this video, we will be talking about a topic from Indian polity, the Directive Principles of State Policy. And in the Indian Constitution, it has been given from the Article 36 to 51, and it has been enshrined in the Indian Constitution in the Part 4. So DPSP, in a short, it has been derived from the Irish Constitution. It has been derived from the country of Ireland. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he called DPSP as the novel features of Indian Constitution and the instrument of instructions. Then comes Sapru Committee and Article 37. Coming to Sapru Committee, it has been named after Tej Bahadur Sapru, a well-renowned lawyer. In the year 1945, the Sapru Committee recommended two categories of rights which was recommended by Sapru Committee. One is justiciable, unjustifiable. Justiciable, it is justiciable right, and unjustifiable, it is DPSP. The article which states that the DPSP are non-judiciable is Article 37. Suppose if the same question is asked in the prelims, which article states that the DPSP are non-judiciable? You can say Article 37 directly. And Article 37 makes it clear that DPSP are fundamental in the governance of the country. It is fundamental in the governance of the country. And it is the duty of the state to apply DPSP in making laws. It is a duty of the state to apply DPSP in making laws. In the next slide, we will talk about the differences between fundamental rights and DPSP. Fundamental right is an essential right. DPSP is guidelines. How it is an essential right? It is an essential right of citizens of the country. So fundamental rights are essential rights of citizens of the country. Guidelines, DPSP are guidelines which are referred while formulating policies and laws of the country. Understood? Okay. Next one, fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3, DPSP is enshrined in Part 4. Fundamental rights are negative and DPSP is positive. How? Fundamental rights are negative as they prohibit the state from doing certain things. It prohibits the state. But DPSP is positive as they require state to do things. How it is justiciable and how it is non-justiciable. It is legally enforceable by courts in case there is a violation in fundamental rights. If there is a violation, it is non-justiciable. How? It is not legally enforceable by the courts for their violation. DPSP is not legally enforceable by the court for their violation. Fundamental rights does not require legislation, but DPSP requires legislation. How? Fundamental rights do not require legislation for implementation. It is automatically enforced. Fundamental rights are automatically enforced. Coming to DPSP. DPSP it requires legislation. It requires legislation for implementation. It is not automatically enforced. But if you see in the case of fundamental rights, it is automatically enforced. And the next point, political democracy, social and economic democracy. Because fundamental rights establishes political democracy. DPSP establishes social and economic democracy. Fundamental rights have legal sanction and DPSP have political and moral sanctions. They have legal sanction. The DPSP have political and moral sanction. And an individual and a community. Now we can compare it. Fundamental rights take care of the welfare of an individual. Fundamental rights take care of the welfare of an individual. But DPSP take care of the welfare of a community. Take care of the welfare of the community, welfare of a state. That's all for today's video. Jai Hind.